Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Make sure that you can read some ludicrous lyrics on his 47th birthday
You can
today.
do that one. Roll out, roll out.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because our Kansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we will see some thick morning clouds, a little bit of late day sunshine. There is a chance of seeing a few showers to storms across the south. Temperatures will be falling through the 40s north, falling through the 50s south. Partly cloudy skies tonight, overnight lows in the low to mid 30s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Robert, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
I should say it?
Say what?
Mom, I think he wants to say that it's Christmas time.
Okay, you can say it.
It's Christmas, everyone, and guess what, guys?
What?
Santa shop's here at the Stadium Shop.
Oh, Lord, Mom, here comes that dad side.
Nope, I saw him. Matt, you still do believe in Santa, right?
Sure. Believers do get more presents.
Okay, so what did he get?
Let me guess, a couch for the elves, collars for the reindeer, maybe even a hoodie for Frosty. You know how cold he gets being made of snow and all.
And let me guess, some Razorback jewelry for Mrs. Claus?
Well, yeah, Matt, you better get that Google machine all warmed up. He said he was going to be ordering some more stuff.
Google machine?
Yeah, you know, the Interfacegram WW.
I think he's talking about our website, which you should know by now, Dad. It's shoponrazorback.com.
Or have Santa give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
So come by 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville, and you just might catch Santa Hog.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Ho, ho, ho.
You're listening to The Morning Rush, live from the Bushlight Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
This hour of The Morning Rush is driven by Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith and online at rathauto.com. You're rolling with Rath on The Morning Rush.
All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
It's been different, just new faces everywhere, but, everybody's getting their opportunity, and that's what I love, and they're stepping up with new targets like CJ, Monte, and Shamar's been looking really good, too, and, Tess been looking amazing, too, so everybody getting their opportunity with Brooks at center and Kobe, freshman, so I'm just excited to see, what they can do, and they've been looking, really good in practice.
This is The Morning Rush.
Hey, it is a What's Your Beef Wednesday edition of The Morning Rush. Not many beefs with Andy Griffith, who John Calipari was talking about his radio show on Monday night. Evidently, between Andy Griffith's show and the Waltons, that's what John Calipari occasionally tunes in the morning when he's getting up and getting going. We got a lot to talk about this morning. Unfortunately, Rashad Dominion has entered the transfer portal, so your running back room has gotten a little bit slimmer for this upcoming bowl game next Friday night. 6 o'clock on ESPN. We'll have it here for you on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. We've got plenty of things to react to this morning that are beefs. I've got a handful of beefs that I want to get into as well. Richard Davenport's going to jump on with us at 10 o'clock, and we're off and rolling here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday.
And it's brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Perfect for the holidays. Call Richard's 443-0000. They can get everything you need. Your Christmas feast next week. If you still need a ham or a pork tenderloin, beef tenderloin, prime ribs, they got all of it at Richard's Country Meat Market, plus the sides, including their homemade potato salad. That is unreal at Richard's Country Meat Market. Just off College in Fayetteville on North Market, go to richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
So I want to start with the conclusion of Yellowstone that I finally finished last night. I thought Taylor Sheridan ended it as best he could. Now, he tried to throw himself in, Tommy, as much as humanly possible in the back half of this season.
Probably had to without Costner.
Yeah, but he's not the story. That was more of an ego thing, which is fine. He's put together a number of good shows that I enjoy. I really like Landman, but I know some people were salty about that, which is fine. But my beef this morning is with Kevin Costner's ex-wife, Christine Baumgartner, who he was married for a number of years. And that relationship ended. Evidently, it was deteriorating during the midst of Yellowstone. Part of the reason that he didn't want to do Yellowstone, apparently, was because of the relationship. Then it ended, and then he didn't finish out the season. Now, again, I think Sheridan did the best he could with how the season ended. I actually was pleasantly surprised that I liked the final episode. I was like, this actually makes sense. They did a good job. For those that haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it for you. I will say I was not disappointed like I thought I was going to be.
When your main character.
No, that's what I'm saying.
fails.
Like that's what my beef though. Again, my beef on a What's Your Beef Wednesday is with Kevin Costner's ex-wife, Christine Baumgartner, who evidently was the main, if not the biggest reason that he did not finish out this season. That is my beef this morning.
A show that lasts 5 seasons is pretty successful. I mean, you look at how many TV shows never make it 5 years. There's a lot of mediocre to bad shows that are still on reruns that have been around, had more than 5 seasons. But most shows, 5 seasons, that's a highly successful campaign.
You were in the other room. We played the Andy Griffin theme song because Cal was talking about it coming back in. I'm going to have to look this up on IMDb.
Yes. 12 or 13 seasons of the Andy Griffith Show.
Okay.
Started in the mid-50s and I think concluded in the early 60s.
60 to 68.
60. Is that all?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
1960 to 68. Let's see. 249 episodes.
I thought it was longer than that.
8 seasons.
And it's still on TV today.
Still holds up. Barney Fife, a.k.a. Don Knotts.
One of the greatest television characters ever.
I grew up watching the Apple Dumpling Gang with my parents, and I don't remember his cohort in those movies, but that's like I knew him from that. And then my parents then brought me back into the Andy Griffin Show. Ryan appreciated that song coming in this morning. I think the Yellowstone song, whoever comes up with Sheridan's music themes during these TV shows is fantastic. I like Landman's. I like that. The other country and Western shows that he has have pretty good themes. But the Andy Griffin Show, when you hear it, it's just like, you know it immediately.
11. Oh. How many seasons was MASH? MASH was 11 seasons?
It's still the all-time...
The finale's the all-time, the most watched show ever.
Yeah. It dwarfs Super Bowls and things that we would think would command all. But yeah, MASH is up there. But that's my beef. That's where I start here this morning. Do you have a beef outside of some tech snafu stuff?
Not a beef, but a difficulty. And you're getting here earlier than way earlier than me now. But I drive in coming east to the studio, and listen, for my until we moved to this time slot, I never got to take my kids to school. So I am making a point that hey, they're in the 7th grade and 9th grade, and now at least I get to take one of them to school every day, which is awesome for me. So I get up, we do some work before 6 together, and then I'll do emails and some things there at the house. But I make a point to take one of my kids to school every day as much as I can because I've missed out on that until this year. But we're at that point in the calendar year. Last week was really bad. This week, not as bad, where the sun is just in the perfect alignment in the horizon where you can't see if the stoplight's red, yellow, or green when you get to the intersection. I have no idea what to do.
Are you wearing sunglasses or no?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
The sun is just at that perfect. It's not the sun's fault. It's just not the stoplight's fault. I'm pretty certain it's not my fault.
Okay.
But I don't know what to do.
I'm not looking at stoplight right now, but is it bottom green, middle yellow, top red, or is it
been that way forever?
The opposite. So can't you just tell?
No, what I'm saying is the sun is so bright it blinds that out.
Okay.
And like when you're going up Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith and there's 15 stoplights and they're all perfectly in alignment. That's not a beef. It's just a hazard right now.
Speaking of hazards, and like I don't drive drunk. I paid for $150 Uber. But I am
cheaper to call a tow truck.
Yeah.
I just have them take your car.
Well, I'm saying like I don't do that on the regular, but I've been in a situation where I've been inebriated. I probably could have made it home fine, but I was like, hey, I don't want to wake up with a DUI without a job. So, hey, let's just bite the bullet and do this. What I'm saying is on Dixon Street, when I'm not inebriated and I'm driving, I am petrified because of all the lights flashing and everything else. Like I drive at a snail's pace, like 5 miles an hour, because I'm terrified I'm going to nail someone.
Yeah.
On a crosswalk or some drunk college kid walking across. So what you're talking about with the sunlight, there's so many lights flashing when you're driving around. That's what I get nervous about.
And it's hard to see at night.
Yes,
sometimes.
exactly.
Ryan in Prairie Grove said
not
he drives
enough
in East. He says the same thing. It's like spotlights. Just trying to.
There's not enough light.
I don't think I'm alone on this.
Yeah,
so.
Andy in Mountain Home agrees with you. The drive in the early morning work is
just
brutal.
right now. I mean, because at some point, time changes. It's the sun move. All this stuff that is beyond my intelligence to explain, and that the Earth is round and we revolve around the sun. At some point, the angle will change, but we're just from where I drive, an incredibly bad angle for the last 10 days or so.
And you don't want to hit a kid either.
No. Well, at least when I turn towards the school, I'm going north at that point. But driving directly into the sun coming here.
Sometimes you want to hit your kid, just not another person's kid.
Only temporarily.
Okay. So. All right. That is your what's some of your beefs this morning. We've got plenty of them to get into. Got some text that we'll get to as well. Apparently, Lioness from Gavin and Fayetteville is another Taylor Sheridan. I think that's Zoe Saldana's show, if I remember that this morning.
We're speaking of the holidays. Arts Barbecue open for lunch. If you're not going to do any of the cooking and the cleaning and all that stuff, you can take your work crew out to Arts Barbecue. Always great. They're back at it this week. Also, last-minute stuff for the holidays or Arts gift cards make a perfect gift as well. Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. 452-2550. That's Arts Barbecue on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith for your holiday stuff and for your holiday gathering.
Ryan said that 16 drunks will drive through Dixon Street. Ty will get arrested driving 5 miles an hour, trying to go up and down this morning.
Because Ty never texts and drive either, does he?
I don't drink and drive. I don't drink and drive.
You win 11 in a row, and you lose, and then the sky falls. I hate to say it, but we're not going to be able to win 11 in a row again for the rest of this season. What happens is you get used to eating filet, and I'm talking to all of us. Life's good, but you forgot what it was like when you had nothing and you ate your folded bread, and it was just fine, and it gave you everything you needed. And sometimes you got to get punched in the mouth and remember what it used to be like to really appreciate where you are, and we'll do that. And so we got a bad taste in our mouth. We got kicked around the other day. We lost a few guys, and you know what? It's exactly what we needed.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
So he's describing a wishing meat sandwich. You ever had a wishing meat sandwich?
I had no idea
where
what
you
that
have a
was.
sandwich and you wish there was meat on it.
Okay. When Campbell said that, he was on Detroit Sports Talk Radio this week, dropped a few F-bombs. He forgot that he wasn't in the locker room, that he was on FCC regulated radio, and their hosts are just kind of like, they bleeped it out or pushed it back 10 seconds, whatever the case may be. That being said, I hate that. So they fall in a tough game of the Bills this weekend. One of their running backs, David Montgomery, is now out for the season. I know we've got a few Lions fans that listen to the show, and I know you're bummed about that. A couple of things. One, I thought it was funny. I didn't know what that was until you just said it. I was going to ask you.
Well, we didn't all grow up in the privileged life of West Little Rock, going to private schools.
There it comes.
Hanging out at Chenal.
I knew that was coming. By the way, so many drives great because if there's a topic or if there's something you're saying and I want to avoid, I just click it and it just kind of goes right into it.
Yeah.
That all being said, Detroit. You think about where Detroit was just a few short years ago. They either went 0-17 or 1-16, whatever the case may be, and now they're one of the best teams. They go to the NFC Championship last year, falling a close one to the San Francisco 49ers, and there's like a belief in Dan Campbell, what he's established, what he's doing. Detroit's right up there in the NFC North, competing with the Packers and the Vikings. I just, it's not a beef. I just wish, and I know he's like this in the locker room. I know he's like this on the sidelines. People just want to bash Sam for the littlest of things. Like the cold beer thing was cool, and then they started losing. Now they rip them for it. I just wish every once in a while on a radio show, in a press conference, and I'm not talking about him getting fired up at a media member or something. I'm talking about something like that. Because I know he does it. I've talked to players that what he doesn't lock. I just wish he would do it publicly. Because
that's
that is
what the cameras behind the scene were for, to bring you those moments.
But no one,
but it's
not
behind a
everyone.
paywall,
Yeah,
so
no one pays for
Maybe
that.
they need to put more of that out there for free.
Again, it's not a beef. I just wish that would happen.
It's still about winning.
I
All that
know,
stuff's cool when you win.
but
none of
that's
it's
why
cool when you
Campbell's
lose,
revered
and that's why
right
he's
now.
cool right
Yeah.
now. So, I heard Ruskin and Zach yesterday afternoon talking about the poll that which is it that Hutch is with, Andrew Hutchinson?
Best of Arkansas Sports.
They, I guess, polled 2,100 people, which internet polls generally are skewed negative anyway. But Sam had a very low approval rating in that poll. Now I don't put a lot of stock into. I'd like to know more about it, but I don't talk to 4 out of 5 people that, are they happy with the season, happy with the results? No, but I don't think they don't like Sam Pittman or disapprove of Sam Pittman and the job he's doing. They don't like the results, but maybe those two things don't marry together. I heard Chuck and Bo talk about, well, how do you 4 out of 5 approve of the coordinators, but they don't approve. 4 out of 5 don't approve of the head coach. Those things don't go together.
Mm-hmm.
We're all frustrated, all of us, because you're not getting enough wins. But at least you got enough this year to improve over a season ago and be in a bowl game.
Yeah,
may not be where you want to go. May not be able to wear shorts to the game in Memphis like you could in Florida. But
hey,
it's a whole lot better than what you were doing last year this time.
let's talk about that. So, love the 10-day weather app on Apple.
I just think these things, when you do a popularity poll, an approval poll, are they ever set up to make the subject look good? Hey, the president has an approval rating of 38%. Are these polls ever set up to make whoever they're polling about positive?
I think
does anyone talk about a popularity poll? Are they doing one right now in Texas? Are they doing one right now in Oregon? Hey, let's get Dan Lanning's approval rating. What do you think it would be?
Well, what I would say to that is Dan Lanning right now can do whatever he wants. Phil Knight apparently went. He's not to get morbid, but he's got less days left than he has more, and so they went all in from an NIL standpoint. And Lanning's pretty much gotten every resource he's needed.
Well, I mean,
and
that's my point. Is what do you think a poll is going to show when you go 6-6? Do you think it's going to be glowing and overwhelming in a coach's 5th year? Well, hell no.
It's great for sports radio.
Well, I mean, but to me, what are you driving at here? Do you need to do a poll to understand that people aren't satisfied? I mean, if we went to Oregon, I mean, the one anomaly in the college football playoff might be Ohio State may not get Ryan Day as high a approval rating as you might think. But,
it doesn't change anything.
I'm just saying any of these polls are set to uncover a predetermined narrative. Mm-hmm. You're either doing one because, well, is your coach doing a great job? Well, yeah, he won 11 games this year. Why do we need a poll for that? 6-6, yeah, in your 5th year, I think
he's coming back. So I mean, it'd be one thing if you didn't know if he was coming back, but I mean,
it's designed to get clicks. It's designed to get.
So what you're saying is my statement initially when, again, talking about Campbell, and it's more about just the situation Detroit's in where they've only lost 2 games all season in the NFL, and I am making more out of that. That's the bigger reason. But again, I think what we typically get text Monday morning. It's consistent after losses, and even when sometimes it's, I wish he wasn't as low energy in there. And listen, you kind of decompress after, and we're not going to have a game for a week and a half or whatever. And obviously Campbell's still fired up in the way they lost this weekend. I just, again, I know he has it. I just want to see it publicly. I mean, it's not that's just a personal thing. So I don't care what I think, but I think that would help his cause with fans. I think he would, again, he's probably doing that behind the scenes with players. It's not about that. But from a fan standpoint, he's
being himself.
Say that again?
He's just being himself. I know
And there's
players
truth
say
to
they
that.
don't want the
Don't
coach
ask anyone to
act.
be someone they're not.
Yeah.
You got to be genuine. You can smell a fake a million miles away.
And maybe it's because we've seen and maybe it's because I've seen the likes of not necessarily a little bit of Broyles at the early stages of my life, and Coach Nudd, and that's what kind of. I mean, Petrino wasn't good at that at all, but no one cared. So maybe I'm making
Why did
too
they
much.
not care, Ty?
Because he won.
Houston Nutt was the best locker room speech guy we've ever had, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's only one Razorback. Only one. You know, you hear that? You hear that? I mean, we play it here on the station all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he end up leaving Arkansas? Because he wasn't winning enough games.
I think when you head into this next season, and I don't know if it 100% on a bowl win would help. You want to beat Texas Tech. I know you're plenty depleted right now. Rashad Dubinion just entered the transfer portal yesterday. It sounds
Who is going to? Well, hang on. I'll save that question.
Who's going to run the football? Yeah. So again, maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing, but that was just something. As I heard that yesterday, I was like, man, I wish that was happening here every once in a while, at least from a public standpoint. All right, that is your opening drive here this morning. It's brought to you by our friends at First Financial Mortgage. Ethan Adamson helped me out with my mortgage. Him, Emily, their entire team can help you. Over 300 5-star reviews, and it's a great experience. I could text him, call him, whatever questions I had, he was able to answer. And it wasn't just me. Again, over 300 5-star reviews. If you're in the market of buying a house, refinancing, or you just have questions, call Ethan, 479-782-9300, or go online to ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
What about the timing of a poll like that? Right here in the portal, you've got, what is it? How many more days? Wednesday to Sunday, 4 or 5 more days? How does that, is that a factor at all in getting kids committed out of the portal? And
the poll?
Yeah.
It doesn't help it.
I don't. I
they always blame you guys for killing recruiting. You know, wasn't that long ago he was talking about that. I think that stuff's overstated, but it is stated. I think the timing of it is interesting though. Here, as you're trying to, reload in the portal from what you've lost.
In terms of Sam's statement at the end of the year, in my opinion, if they didn't make a bowl game, he was not going to be Arkansas's head coach. That's my opinion. Don't know if it played out. They went 6-6. They got a chance to play in a bowl. Said before the season that happens, he's going to be your head coach. So, like him, in a way, getting mad at the media. I mean, they're just doing their job, but they're hearing stuff from sources, people that are in the know on this type of things, and they're just reporting.
Well, this is just a poll. I mean, yeah. I'm not criticizing I'm just asking what I think is a fair question about the timing.
Well, you're always going to,
and how. Well, I mean, if you do it this week, I mean, you're in the midst of players from across the country making portal decisions. Does that have an effect or not? I think it's overblown when we say, boy, talk radio is killing recruiting. Really? Message boards don't? I mean, I just think
it's our fault.
If kids are making decisions based on talk radio and message boards, they weren't the right kid to begin with. I don't know if this poll's any different. I just think the timing's interesting. That's all I'm saying.
I think that
no fault of Andrews for doing it.
You're always going to have more bad things happen at first than good, right? More people are likely to exit than enter.
When you do a poll on a coach in his 5th year, what do you think the result's going to be when you went 6-6?
Yeah, they knew.
That's rhetorical?
Well, I'm just saying, why did we need, polling? That's fine. We've got the data, but I think we already knew the result before we began, is all I'm saying. I don't think we broke any news here in this stuff that everyone's been talking about the last 12 hours.
I think the question you have to ask yourself is that poll indicative of the Arkansas fan base overall?
Not completely, no.
That's what the question. If you want to get down to it,
that's
the question you have to ask this morning.
All right, that's where we begin this morning. What do you think? You can call or text us on the hotline this morning, 877-377-6963. We're brought to you by The Fence Man, the company we trust with anything involving gates, fencing, power automatic gates, anything of that nature. The Fence Man can do it. It's the holiday season. Still time to get your quote for 2025. Call The Fence Man today, and Sean will be on his way to look over your job or come up with ideas for a custom project as well. 782-3936, The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Got our hog update coming up. Heard from some players last night about this upcoming Liberty Bowl.
I'll tell you what I've been watching in the mornings when I get up too early. Andy Griffin. Anybody else watch it?
This is the Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Robert, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
I should say it?
Say what?
Mom, I think he wants to say that it's Christmas time.
Okay, you can say it.
It's Christmas, everyone, and guess what, guys?
What?
Santa shop's here at the Stadium Shop.
Oh, Lord, Mom, here comes that dad side.
Nope, I saw him. Matt, you still do believe in Santa, right?
Sure. Believers do get more presents.
Okay, so what did he get?
Let me guess. A couch for the elves, collars for the reindeer, maybe even a hoodie for Frosty. You know how cold he gets being made of snow and all.
And let me guess, some Razorback jewelry for Mrs. Claus?
Well, yeah, Matt, you better get that Google machine all warmed up. He said he was going to be ordering some more stuff.
Google machine?
Yeah, you know, the Interfacegram WW.
I think he's talking about our website, which you should know by now, Dad. It's shoponrazorback.com.
Or have Santa give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
So come by 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville, and you just might catch Santa Hog.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Ho, ho, ho.
Arkansas is going to steal the inbounds pass, and Thero's going to go to the other end and throw it down.
This is the Morning Rush.
Valley Family Dental, formerly known as...
On ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC. Head to BetOnline today and don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and HitThatLine.com. Have you been to Swart Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swart Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swart Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive in DeQueen, Arkansas. Swart Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
On ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as Fast cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sacalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got coffee.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Ball and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
So got a chance to hear from some Arkansas Razorbacks last night talking about this upcoming bowl game. You heard Talon at the top of our show talking about a few things heading into this upcoming season. Here's what he had to say about incoming transfers and what that report and prep looks like.
I try not to overcomplicate it and not over teach it. And they've been playing football since they was little, just like I have. They have the instincts and the talent to do it, and they wouldn't be here if they didn't. So that's what I love, just letting their instincts and trust. And I'll give them a couple tips, but Coach Fouch does a great job of coaching them, and of course Coach Petrino, and that's what I love about the staff, that they help us.
You did get a couple new signees, Jaden Platt, tight end from Texas A&M, and then Cam Shanks from UAB, who you played last season. So, Tommy, you asked a question about the poll. You've had a lot more exits, like Rashad Dominion, who's entered the transfer portal, but you're starting to, trickle in some guys that have signed with Arkansas on this football team.
Well, it swings you back the other way. Have you improved your status? Were your starters at Arkansas as good as backups, or where you're getting these players from? I don't know how to answer that question, but that's the overriding thing. And the only thing you can do is fall back in the safety net of faith that Pittman's been pretty good as a whole in the portal period, getting good players out of there. I mean, he hits on every one of them, but for the most part, the guys they've brought in out of the portal have been impact type players and have played for you and have been good players. So maybe these are upgrades over what you had. Only time will tell. I can promise you, come spring practice, we'll have a better idea, and probably we'll be saying how, hey, this team looks better. That's what we'll convince ourselves of. But we won't know till spring football will be our first chance to really see, did they do better or worse? We don't know.
Yeah, I saw Fernando Carmona Jr. commented on Patrick Kudus' new commitment and I guess signing with Ole Miss, and he said, see you week 3, and he got asked kind of about the Hogs last night a little bit.
It's all love, and all that matters is the people that are staying here and being Hogs.
I think Arkansas fans appreciate, like, when guys exit, it's not always fun, and I know there were comments that Kudus made on another podcast talking about that he grew up to, I'm paraphrasing, not a fan of Ole Miss or whatever the case may be. And so, again, you played against each other, you were teammates, and now you'll get a chance to compete against at least 3 guys. I say at least 3 on Ole Miss, 1 on Texas, and we'll see if Braylon Russell winds up in the SEC too, Tommy.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it later, but running back's a real huge question mark for the bowl game. We'll talk about that in a little bit later on.
All right, that is your Hog Update this morning, brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
So small beef, and we can unpack more of what the running back room looks like, but Rashad Dominion just put out like a couple pictures. He made it where you can't reply, and it just said, "Thank you, Arkansas." Like, no contact. Do you get a little, I wish, and I know that the pages that are usually put out, Tommy, use the same cliches and phrases and whatnot. But when guys just put like out a picture or something and there's no context or anything, I get a little irritated. It's like, can you just tell us what you're doing one way or another? I know it's ultimately his decision, anyone else, but if you're trying to follow this stuff, if you're an Arkansas fan and you're wondering, like if a guy just puts out a picture with no words at all attached to it, you're kind of like, are you staying? You leaving? Like, what's the deal on this situation? And then reporters come out and tell you what is actually happening later on.
No, I think that's, part of the plan. Part of it's, just the graphics that they have built for them. And I don't know why it has to be so cryptic. Why can't you just state your intentions? And some are more clear about it. Some aren't. And I don't really, does he really care if we thank him? Do we really care if he thanks us?
I
don't need closure. You didn't have that big. I don't need closure on this. Good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I don't need closure.
I think a lot of players. You're at a point in your career
they overstate their importance to the individual.
Yes, and that's again, you're at a stage of your career where maybe you're not in a lot of cases, the fully developed man or young lady that you're going to be in 10, 20, 30 years or whatever the case may be, and there's still some confidence stuff. You're going back and forth and figuring out who you are as an individual. So that's what you asked the question. I think that you want good feedback. You don't always receive it though.
No. Well, everybody wants love on social media. And you don't always get it. In fact, looking here on my phone, Bet Saracen app, game's still a pick 'em. I don't know how do you go about this if you're Carlton, if you're the setting these lines, if you're Neil down there at Bet Saracen. Right now it's a pick 'em game.
Yeah.
How do you know with the way this situation is with the roster what to do? So right now minus 110 for Arkansas, minus 110 for Texas Tech. No points, over unders 57 on this game right now.
We'll see if we'll see where the money goes one way or another. Again, basically a week and a half out till next Friday, 6 o'clock ESPN. We've got pregame coverage all day that day and postgame coverage live from the Liberty Bowl. Excited about that. Got a chance to catch up with Larry Rath yesterday. We were talking about Christmas. He's kind of already had part of his already in Oklahoma City, and some weekly specials came up. They're always putting them out on Facebook. I know that there's a few happy customers like Gregory, like Jason, Christy. Christy got a Camry. Jason got a new Frontier. Gregory got a new Mitsubishi Outlander. They're not the only ones. 4.8 out of 5 on Google reviews. That's really high in the car industry. Larry at Rath Auto Resources, David at Rath Mitsubishi, always trying to take care of you. Those weekly specials always online at both Facebook pages with Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi. Morning Rush Daily Question is next.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Robert, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
I should say it?
Say what?
Mom, I think he wants to say that it's Christmas time.
Okay, you can say it.
It's Christmas, everyone, and guess what, guys?
What?
Santa shop's here at the Stadium Shop.
Oh, Lord, Mom, here comes that dad side.
Nope, I saw him. Matt, you still do believe in Santa, right?
Sure. Believers do get more presents.
Okay, so what did he get?
Let me guess. A couch for the elves, collars for the reindeer, maybe even a hoodie for Frosty. You know how cold he gets being made of snow and all.
And let me guess, some Razorback jewelry for Mrs. Claus?
Well, yeah, Matt, you better get that Google machine all warmed up. He said he was going to be ordering some more stuff.
Google machine?
Yeah, you know, the Interfacegram WW.
I think he's talking about our website, which you should know by now, Dad. It's shoponrazorback.com.
Or have Santa give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
So come by 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville, and you just might catch Santa Hog.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us. Ho, ho, ho.
I may mispronounce his name, but Talon Green.
This is the Morning Rush.
to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
At Arvest Bank, we believe in the power of serving others. That's why we're committed to working with and supporting those who serve our communities. From the ones who are making a difference in big and small ways every day, to those who are helping create better tomorrows. We appreciate everything you do, and we're proud to work alongside you. Because every community deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank. We believe.
It's fall cleanup time at Gray Brothers Equipment. From the large M7 Series cab Kubotas to the L2502, the best-selling compact tractor in Arkansas and Oklahoma. Gray Brothers and Kubota will make your fall cleanup a breeze. With great pricing and interest rates as low as 0% for 84 months, they're making fall cleanup enjoyable again at Gray Brothers Equipment in Fort Smith and Poto, where if you pick orange, you'll never get a lemon. Now through 12/31/2024. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more information.
Finally, football season. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria is your #1 place to watch Arkansas and Monday Night Football. During Monday Night Football, $5 refillable beer cups for only $2 refills. Prizes for each score and at the end of every single quarter. Can you believe that they've had the same great pizza since 1996? That's nearly 30 years. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. You'll get the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
It's the season for shopping the store that honors Christ all year long. It's the season for shopping the Solid Rock. Lots of gift ideas, including home decor, greeting cards, books, women's boutique items, and of course, Bibles. And while you're there, make your gift extra special with custom laser engraving, pins, cutting boards, wallets, Bibles, and more. Lots of selections to choose from, or ask about custom orders. The Solid Rock, located next to Sam's Club on South 74th in Fort Smith. The Solid Rock, family owned and serving the River Valley for over 48 years.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
All right, we kind of hinted around this question throughout the morning. Rashad Dubinion enters the transfer portal. Braylon Russell thanks the Razorback fans on his way out the door. Hill is gone. Who else am I missing here?
Jackson, I got to clarify with Clay, but I know he's geared up for the East-West Shrine Bowl, doesn't have eligibility. I don't think he's playing the bowl. I need to double check on that.
So, who's your running back in the Liberty Bowl?
Rodney Hill and the who's the other kid they got? Tyrell Reed.
Pretty thin.
How many tries would it have taken you to figure out Tyrell Reed's name? Would you ever remember that? Not if I
knew he was
said
there,
it.
but I mean that one wasn't coming to mind. Because that's all you're left with, right?
Scholarship wise, I believe so.
Yeah, I mean,
someone can double check me
off
and
the
correct
scout
me on
team.
that.
You'll have some
Mhm.
guys, but I mean, how concerning is that to you?
Well, just think about last time you played in Memphis, Tennessee. Rocket got injured, and you went straight to AJ and Rashad, and he was so. I mean, if one guy gets dinged up, listen, I'm not trying to, but that I mean, that's a concern.
We're down to. I mean, Hill had some moments where he was higher on the depth chart, and was effective. And injuries affected things. And then, who's going to catch the ball? And it's Armstrong's off to the NFL.
So I know Shamar.
Catania's in the portal.
Yeah. I know Shamar Easter's name's come up. There's, I haven't seen a Broden go yet. Tesla brought up Shamar Easter last night.
Yeah, I'd say it's a really good fit for him. Obviously, he was kind of been a backup guy, scout team guy all throughout the year, playing tight end. But I feel like he's really found his groove here. And
I think he said C.J. Brown, and I'm talking about Taylor now. That was Isaac Tesla. C.J. Brown, Monte Harrison, Shamar Easter, Ashdown Zone, Tesla. I don't know. I need to double check on Broden. I don't know if he's put in. It's hard. We also have to calculate. It's not just the guys that have left. It's the guys that aren't playing in the bowl game. I know Andrew's not playing. I know Lando's not playing.
Nor should they.
Yeah. You have to calculate. You have to, and there's been so many, and I don't have a comprehensive list in front of me that you lose. I just forget. It's like, well, this guy's out of eligibility. He's going to play in the bowl game or not. So it's thin. The point you're trying to make is it's thin.
Right. But here's also where I want to circle back to with the running backs. What was Arkansas really, really, really bad at this year? Ball security.
And they haven't fumbled that much because they didn't play a whole lot.
So
is that the positive?
Yeah.
Well, but what I'm saying is you reload and restock your running back room. That's got to be a priority as you're selecting guys, either through the recruitment process, which you've been through, or through the portal, because that just killed Arkansas this year.
Wish I had the Kevin Kelly clip of him saying, "That's a fumble, Tommy." I don't have it on me.
Somewhere in there, but there was way too many fumbles this year.
Yeah.
That's rhetorical. But,
led the FBS in fumbles.
Right. So, I mean, as we're wringing our hands over everyone leaving, oh, no, Braylon Russell's left. Oh, no, DeBinion. Oh, no, keep in mind.
That's the first thing I'm looking at.
Keep in mind that was ball security was a huge issue this year.
Richard's going to join us in 15 minutes. The Texas State kid's name. What is his name?
I'm looking at how many fumbles.
Let's see. Ismail Mahidi. I think it's how you say his name. Richard will clarify that coming up in 15 minutes. That's the guy I know that they're interested in, at least according to Richard and some other recruiting people. So keep an eye on that one. But yeah, with all the running backs that and the other thing is, like, we see it happen in real time. Sam Pittman and staff and Colby Smith, like, do they know these guys are leaving? Do they have a plan in place? And I know there's some surprises. Sam Pittman alluded to that last week. But how many of these, I'd love to see a chart of, hey, what's a surprise, coach, and which is one that you're kind of expecting? Because it's a lot easier to have a replacement in mind if you're expecting it rather than just be a spur-of-the-moment type of thing.
Have we been tampering any? Have we got some guys who we've been out on for 4, 5, 6 weeks now?
Well,
who we bumped up and whispered in their ear in the handshake line.
And I asked Sam Pittman last week because he answered. I was wondering about the finance stuff. He answered that first question. So my next question was, like, if there's no repercussions, like, how do you deal with it? Because there's not. Like you brought it up yesterday, there's no hierarchy that sends out punishment. And it was either you or maybe it was Clay or Tom that was like, well, the SEC might do something.
Yeah,
was it Tom?
Yeah, and the conference got an appetite for enforcing that? The conference doesn't have a dedicated enforcement staff. We're going to go out and investigate these things? It ain't going to happen. You might as well get in the game. If you're not in the game, you better get in the game. If you're in the game, you better get better at that game.
And how much of this midseason tampering played an effect on Arkansas' season?
Well,
this year?
maybe. But why wouldn't you at this point?
Morals.
Well, I mean, that's not a bad answer, but unfortunately, it's not the right answer. I mean, at this point, if there's no punishment, if the speed limit's 75 on I-49, but there's no one out there to write tickets.
Oh, there'd be people.
But it's like,
I think why not drive 90?
I think the equivalent would be there's one cop for the entire highway system in the United States. Is what's going on with
I'm not sure
the
we have
trooper.
one cop on this deal.
Not even one.
No.
All right, so the original question was who's going to get the ball
Yeah, we kinda
next Friday?
answered that one.
Rodney Hill and Tyrell Reed. And there's probably a running back that they'll pull out, or maybe a guy.
You think Petrino's sleeping at all right now?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Is
95.
Phelan Green sleeping at all right now?
He's probably doing. He's not sleeping a week. He's probably with his offensive line every single minute of every single day. It's like, guys, please don't let me get killed. Please help me block. Please block for me. So, and Texas Tech doesn't have that good of a defense, but they're also going up against second, third, and other guys on Arkansas's offensive line that have been first teamers. All right, that is your Cart
Take
Pass.
the over.
Yeah, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush daily question. Christian and Nate would love to see. I was actually texting him a little bit this morning. Still in the same college group text. These are two guys I've known since I was at the U of A with them. Two Rogers kids. They put together a great product. 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Over 500 courses that you can play. It's the best indoor golf facility in Arkansas, and it's owned by two Arkansas boys. Come on by and see them. Great place for corporate events. It's BYOB. Any food, any alcohol, you can bring it in to Cart Pass Social, and you can play while it's, again, not the greatest weather outside, dark outside, get after work. Great place to go do it at Cart Path Social.
Are you a dress up for a New Year's Eve guy? Are you going to, are you going to Rainwaters to get you something to wear for New Year's Eve, or kind of what's your agenda on that? Some people get dressed up to go out and do all that stuff.
I got a wedding in a weekend, or was it 2.5 weeks? So I've got to go get another button down, which I planned on doing actually today, funny enough.
So you don't have big New Year's Eve plans that you got to.
Well, it's the wedding.
Oh, it's on New Year's Eve?
It's on New Year's Eve.
Ooh.
No, see, weddings on New Year's Eve are great. It gives you something to do. This is my third one in 4 years.
That's the day of the year you don't need to find anything to do.
We got college football on, but I people that
there's plenty to do if you want it. A lot of people just rather stay home and let the amateurs go out and have their fun. But
it's rookie.
It is rookie night.
Yeah, I love weddings on New Year's. And I'm not just saying that because Kaylin and Cooper might be listening, but I actually love it. It's free food, it's free alcohol, free good times. I love it. But yes, that fair question. I do have to get a black button down for that wedding.
What time is the wedding on New Year's Eve?
So I'm not a good enough friend to go to the actual wedding. I'm just going to the reception. So
you weren't invited, or you're just not going to go?
No, if I was invited, I'd go. But like it's no,
you weren't invited to the wedding, but you're invited.
No,
to the
it's like okay, hold on. I'm not trying to. It's one of the small. It's like small friend. It's small like family and wedding party. That you know how sometimes like Catholic weddings you have the small wedding and then you have the reception, the big reception after. That's what this is. And I've had other friends that have done the exact same thing. I know it's again each wedding, each setup is different. Some people go do their what is it? They get married. What is it called when you run away to Vegas? Help me on that.
Elope?
Yeah, you elope or whatever. I've had friends do that, and then they've had a big party after the fact. They're just doing a small wedding ceremony and that. But I do have to stop by either today or sometime this week, get my black button down at Rainwaters. Got the suit picked out. Just have to have the shirt that goes with it. Gail's and entire staff, they can take care of you at Rainwaters, 9700 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Helped me with the Mercy Ball last week. Helping me with the wedding coming up. It's a great place. Any suit need, any nice men's clothes, formals, proms, spring weddings, they can help you out at Rainwaters. Make sure you tell Gail and his staff that Ty told you to come by at Rainwaters. Men's clothing and tuxedo rental because it's fun to look good. Now I'm really thinking like you were talking about Bet Saracen prop bets earlier.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, what's the smart bet heading into this game?
Over. Bet the over.
You think it's the over?
Yeah.
Just the D?
What's that? Say 57, I think it is.
But won't there be some stoppage and traffic issues with offense with so many new players in it?
Possibly, but
I would
just
bet
as many players missing on the
defensive side. See,
Now here's the counter to what I just said is Texas Tech is missing their quarterback.
Yeah.
How big an issue is that for their offense? But I think these teams, despite where Arkansas is at with a running back room, they're going to run the ball and they're going to score a lot.
You can't handle the truth, says the over. Brent, what would you bet on? Would you bet on the over or the under at, would you say, 57.5?
I think 57.
What would you bet on, Brent?
I'd bet the under, and I'd bet more fumbles.
More fumbles.
Guys, I got a serious question. So who left the portal? Who's left so far today?
I don't think at 9:52, December 18th.
I'm teetering on the edge right now, Brent. So
I have my coffee. I'm good.
We've got Braylon Russell. He decided in, out. He's out, right? Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Let's send us always a Razorback. Once a Razorback, always a Razorback. Just go. Just be gone. I don't want to hear Luke Haas's name. I don't want to hear what's his name, Cootis. He gives me cooties. I don't want to hear any of these guys' names ever that leave the Razorback.
Well, you'll hear them when you play in Oxford third week of the season. You'll hear them when you go to Texas. I don't know where Braylon's going, but you might hear him.
Might hear him in Oxford.
An Arkansas opponent.
Yeah. Hey, it's the holiday season, and it's a What's Your Beef Wednesday. Make your meals stress-free with Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Prime ribs to pork crown roast, beef tenderloins, fresh fish, and more. They got all the selections you want for that great Christmas meal. Even all the desserts like banana pudding, just like Grandma used to make. So for the ultimate convenience, order Richard's Country Meat Market's complete meals with curbside pickup. 479-443-0000 or stop by and see Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville where your holiday meals begin.
Richard Davenport joins us when we return in hour 2 of the Morning Rush.
Looking for easy holiday gifts for the grown-ups on your shopping list? You're in luck, and so are they. The Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is a winner wonderland. Scratch-off tickets make great gifts and start at only $1, and players win more than $1 million every day. Share the gift of winning with everyone on your list. Give scratch-offs. They're easy fun with a chance of easy money. Join the Winter Wonderland. Gift, scratch, and win today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. If you're going to do some cold water bass fishing, you need to be using an Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. It's the best lure for duplicating a small school of shad and can be worked from the top of the water column to the bottom. Whether you're trying to win a bass tournament or whoop up on a bunch of white bass and stripers, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. will catch them. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
Ty Richardson. We're live here at First Financial Mortgage. I'm here with my friend Ethan Adamson. Ethan, I know I probably texted you 100 times during this process, man. I didn't know what I was doing. Luckily, you did.
Yeah, Ty. It was always great working with you. Glad we could help you get closed. A good loan officer is someone who can answer questions after hours, before hours, and be available when you're needed. We get pre-qualifications in, get buyers pre-qualified so they can search for homes and get them closed quick. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5. FFB1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Over the river and through the woods, to Salisaw we go. Mock Legal Solutions is opening a second location to serve our Eastern Oklahoma clients. 105 East Chickasaw. For divorce and custody, let us give you the Christmas gift of a new start. And for personal injury, we will get you a settlement check when Grandma gets run over by that reindeer. 918-238-2363. Or check out our website at mocklegalsolutions.com. Free intakes and payment plans available. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price.
Hey River Valley, Yeager's Ace Hardware is now open at 942 4th Street in Barling. Conveniently located minutes from Fort Smith and Chaffee Crossing, Yeager's is your locally owned hardware and lumber store. Come by and visit with your Yeager's experts today and check out our new space packed with all of your hardware essentials. Open 7 days a week, the folks at Yeager's Hardware are committed to serving the River Valley for all of your home improvement and hardware needs. Yeager's, real help, real savings.
Looking to build your own field of dreams? Trust the experts at Tucker Construction and Remodeling. With over 30 years of experience, we turn blueprints into reality, ensuring top quality craftsmanship in every project. From homes to commercial spaces, our dedicated team makes your vision come to life. Choose Tucker Construction and Remodeling, where your dreams are built to last. Call us today at 650-6453 or visit tuckercr.com. Mike Tucker Construction, building your field of dreams.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we will see some thick morning clouds, a little bit of late day sunshine. There is a chance of seeing a few showers to storms across the south. Temperatures will be falling through the 40s north, falling through the 50s south. Partly cloudy sky tonight, overnight lows in the low to mid 30s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard, your leader in fine wines, beers, and spirits. KERX, Paris, Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your mornings.
ESPN 95.3.
This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
All the texts that we received yesterday, I'm going to roll with Mark and Lowell. And the next time that I stop in at Walmart and deodorant is on my list, I'm going to get the Old Spice Aqua Reef, and I will report back and tell you if it is a good change or bad change than the current classic that I'm using right now.
So you think deodorant's the only thing that's been holding you back?
Amongst other things. I need all the help I can get. There are prospects that come in by the dozen each and every week. Let's be clear about that.
This is the Morning Rush.
And that's a perfect open for the holidays when things, maybe get exaggerated, embellished. There's excessive bragging about certain things that are just simply not true at all whatsoever. Hour 2 of the Morning Rush. Richard Davenport set to join us coming up a little bit. He's been busy. This time of year is crazy for not just himself, but Arkansas football coaches, they're getting ready for the Liberty Bowl and still in the midst of trying to get guys to campus to improve this football team this year. Tell you what doesn't need improvement. That's Andy's Frozen Custard, because it is always a great treat, awesome and delicious. You can stop in on all of their locations in Fort Smith, Conway, and also in North Little Rock as well. We always love Andy's. My buddy came home with the funky jackhammer the other night, my roommate, and let me tell you, I was jealous. It was like 9 o'clock at night, and I almost got up and drove and got one. But anytime I get Andy's, I go cookie dough, go caramel with it. You can get a mix and match, pick 6 for 6 of your favorite flavors, and it's a perfect post-game treat as well. So, when you're in the mood for something sweet, stop in at Andy's. You've got the location Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, the 2 locations in Conway. Don't forget about JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock. Andy's Frozen Custard. Walk up or drive through, ready to serve you.
It is a What's Your Beef Wednesday. We'll continue to take your comments and your thoughts on things that are grinding your gears. I think the transfer portal is probably on a lot of people's list this week because
mine still is Costner's ex-wife.
How thin can your depth chart be before you have to really consider these bowl games? And I'm not saying Arkansas should make a decision to or even be thinking about not playing in the Liberty Bowl, but man, you stop and think about it. How many players do you need to really put a product on the field that's, worthy of a college bowl game? How close are you to that point? My beef is the portal time frame needs to change. And I know we can hide behind the charade of student athletes and they need time to enroll in class for the spring semester, and we can tie it back to all that. But that's just what it is. It's a charade. So let's quit hiding behind.
Forget the education.
They already have. They've left that behind way long ago. Well, if it's about the product on the field, then we need to move the portal to protect the product on the field, and the bowl games are part of the product on the field. That's my beef on a What's Your Beef Wednesday.
Perfect. Richard Davenport joins us, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Richard, do you have a beef here on this beautiful Wednesday like Tommy? It probably is the portal cycle, isn't it? Just where it lays on the calendar.
Say again, I'm sorry.
Do you have a beef here this Wednesday? Anything that's rattling your cages a little bit?
Yeah. It's the whole portal stuff. NIL too. You can't blame the kids for trying to make as much money as possible. I get it. Some of it's absolutely life changing, but the portal itself and the way it's lined up currently right now, it's just not a good situation for everybody involved, players, coaches, fans. TV networks, because it's going to be interesting to see Arkansas play Texas Tech with as many guys as missing from the roster and some of the young guys that replacing them. So it's pretty nasty.
Richard, I want to ask you about that, because I think about a situation. I don't know if this is 100% accurate or not, but with Kendall Briles. Kendall Briles evidently was pursued by some other schools, and it took a raise to get him here, and evidently he was pursued again. And the second time it was not met or whatever, and so they left. I don't know 100% behind the scenes. That was just what was told to me. So my question is, what's the difference between a situation like that and a situation where let's say a player gets offered this amount of money, comes to a coach and says, hey, coach, I've been offered this. Can you match it? The coach says yes. Then a week or so later, gets offered more money for another team and presents it to coach. Like, is that a similar in your opinion when it comes to just negotiating within college sports?
I guess you could make that comparison. My deal is that most of these coaches have kind of paid their dues through the years, and to go from one school to another after about 10, 15 years of coaching and trying to go up the ladder, in their profession, where kids coming right out of high school and after a year or so that they're supposedly worth all this money, and I get it that whatever the market value is, that's what they're getting. But at the same time, I mean, ESPN reported just recently like 31% of the guys that are in the portal are on their third or fourth school. It's a lot to take in when you're 18, 19, 20 years old. Your life experience is not as great as a 30-year-old or someone older. You don't see. I think anybody, as they get older, they look back and I can say for sure in my situation, I was a knucklehead at age 18 to 22. I was a good kid overall, and overall made some good decisions. But I think the way it's set up right now, it's set up to where kids are making decisions that maybe they shouldn't be making because they're inexperienced in life, and sometimes their parents are just. Some parents are they're not good influences, and then there's good parents too. So that is up for debate. It's just that I just look at the how kids are going from one situation to the next, and it may not necessarily just be money. It just may mean, well, I don't want to wait behind, or I don't want to compete. And the grass is going to be greener over here when a lot of times it's not. So anyway, I don't know if I really answered your question that much, but I just hate seeing so many kids, really some on their fourth, fifth school, and it just looks bad for them. They're not learning much about going through adversity and overcoming adversity. They're basically, a lot of them are just running from it.
So, as you look at what's left the portal, I know the numbers don't balance at this point. They've got a ways to go to be kind of a one-for-one plan, is what Coach Pittman talked about. But do you see some silver linings here? Is Arkansas upgrading at some spots based on what was lost and what's come into this point?
That remains to be seen. I mean, I don't want to say either way. I really don't know until these guys, get on campus and go through spring practice and obviously go through a season. You truly don't know, but I do think that there's some promise. Jaden Platt, the tight end, he was, if you compare him and Luke Haas, he was a little bit more highly rated than Luke. It's not a dig at Luke or anything like that. Luke's obviously been more productive than Jaden, but sometimes I've seen guys in Jaden's situation where he, for 2 years he didn't really have much production. Then he goes to another school, gets into another system, another coach believing in him, and they start to flourish. We'll see there. I think Kenai Walker from Oklahoma, he started 7-8 games for Oklahoma this year. Bigger corner, who I think is a great addition. He's a very, very mature guy. And then Shaq McCoy, obviously everybody's been talking about him, the 6'8", 375-pound offensive lineman from Oregon, who was recruited by Arkansas coming out of high school in Alabama, 4-star. He's rated, I think, in the top 15 in the country at offensive tackle as far as the portal, and he's the only true freshman in that top 15. Everybody else is basically sophomore, juniors, and seniors. So I think they did well there. And Cam Shanks, I think he's a guy that obviously was very successful at UAB as a returner, led the nation in punt returns, yardage, and I think he had 2 touchdowns in punt returns. So I think he's a good addition, and he's got a couple of teammates that are actually visiting today. And then they had some yesterday that visited that are very promising. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to close on them, but if they're able to close on most of these guys, I think you could say that they definitely helped themselves. Corey Robinson, the number 2 offensive tackle in the portal from Georgia Tech, seems like he had a really good visit. He plans to visit Oklahoma and Texas Tech, but I think he sees the opportunity to come in and step in immediately and start. So I think I think things are trending well there, but we'll see what happens after the 2 visits that he.
Did we lose Richard?
RD?
I think we
and drop a sec.
see if we can get that connection back. Because you got some players there, but it also sounds like still some areas of need. And that's what I wanted to ask.
Well, that's a question everyone wants to know. You're not going to know until third week of the season against Ole Miss. I mean, you play Sister of the Poor week 1. We'll see if Arkansas State gives you any toughness in week 2, which I think they will. And then when you go to Oxford week 3, we'll find out.
All right, we got Richard back. Last question, and we'll let you go. Is the greatest area of need to fulfill in the transfer portal running back right now, or is there another area that we're looking past when we look at all the exits we've had from the running back room?
Well, I think receiver, running back, Ismail Mahdi, Mahdi.
Sorry to say.
From Texas. Excuse me. Texas Tech from Texas State. Visited yesterday. He's rated, I think, number 2 or number 3 running back in the portal, and he plans to make some other visits. I think Arizona's one of them. But I think with the numbers you have in the running back room right now, I think that makes Arkansas even more attractive to him. But yeah, I think running back, receivers, and obviously the offensive line, you got to continue to add there. And I think Corey Robinson would obviously be a huge get there. But I think those positions are kind of ones that you really need to focus on. But every position other than quarterback, I think you could look at and say, hey, they need 2 or 3 guys in each position.
Richard, we'll leave it there, man. Appreciate you giving us an update on what's going on with Arkansas football with the guys that are possibly going to wind up and have winded up here in Fayetteville. And we'll see if we got more news, not next week because it'll be Christmas, but following that and the Liberty Bowl, and we can react to that as well.
All right, man. Thank you, guys. See you.
All right, Merry Christmas. Richard Davenport with us here on a Wednesday morning, brought to you by Sassy's Barbecue. 2 locations in Fayetteville. The original Red House on North College, just off the Weddington exit on Steamboat Drive. Coach Cal had the whole team out at Sassy's the other night, and they tried some of that delicious food as well that you'll always find there. Perfect for the holiday gatherings, like we saw with Coach Cal's show. Perfect for getting your catering needs and holiday feast accomplished as well. Plus, it's just a great place when you're out shopping and you want to stop in for a quick lunch. They can take care of that as well. Sassy's gift cards make a perfect gift as well. Stop in at Sassy's, 2 locations in Fayetteville and online at sassysbarbecue.com.
I was talking from someone from Yellville yesterday. Let's go back to Yellville and welcome in our friend David. David, you're on the Morning Rush, man. What you got for us?
Thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to make a comment, with all the transfer portal and the shuffling and so on. No system is ever going to be perfect, I think, but I certainly think if we're going to pay players, is basically what we're doing, obviously, there should be some performance-based components built into the system.
Didn't they outlaw that, though? Isn't that part of what they put in? You can't base the pay on-field performance?
Well, I think that if that's not in there, then it should be. If you should, a kid ought to have the opportunity to make a little more money or move up a step. Like I operated under, in my career, a step-based, according to education and steps and performance, etc. I think that should be on the table if you're going to pay players. If they're going to go demand money, then okay, I'm going to pay you X amount of dollars, but you're going to have to ABC. And if you overperform, then you can move up another level. Build in an opportunity where there's competition based on performance.
I couldn't agree. Couldn't agree more, David.
That should be there. Anyway, that's my feeling on it, and I'll let you guys. I really enjoy the show. I'm an Arkansas fan. Oh, I do want to make one more comment. I don't think firing Coach Pittman is the answer to us getting. We are definitely better. I think he's a great man. I love his steady hand. He's put together a great coaching staff, and I don't see firing him. That just doesn't make sense to me. So thank you. Y'all have a great day.
David, Merry Christmas. Is there anything I'm missing why that isn't a reality in college football or college sports as a whole? Why is there not incentive-based?
I could see something that would make that an issue. It'd be coaches sitting players out so they don't reach a certain.
I'm about 95,
which happens in professional
95%
sport.
sure that was part of when they put it in. You
can't
base it on number of touchdowns, number of yards, number of tackles, number of sacks. Your NIL money can't be tied to.
And I know there's
on-field
again.
performance.
I know there's times that guys in the National Football League or NBA or whatever get mad because of playing time, or they feel like that they're going for something or whatever because there's bonuses tied in, and I understand that. But I would think that would be a better system than what we currently have. I wholeheartedly agree with David, and I think you're right too.
Now, maybe that should be changed, but I'm fairly certain you can't.
So what is again?
Your
again, why isn't that? Help me.
Well, if it was already that way, you'd be hearing about it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm. Whenever you present a scenario, the pros always comes out first, and then you have to figure out what the cons would be.
Because when this whole thing was put in, it was never designed to be a pay-for-play system. Wink, wink. Even though we knew this is exactly what it was going to turn into, not pay-for-play like, hey, here's your performance. We're going to pay you by the touchdown, but this was supposed to be you could get money from the local business that wanted you to be a part of their marketing campaigns or sign autographs. And to earn a few extra, $100 or $1,000 or whatever, and it's become, it's went way beyond those guardrails.
I don't know if there'd be.
This was never supposed to be tied.
Yeah,
to
no, I get that, but is there a way to change it now where it could be could coaches come up with hey, let's say Sam Pittman and his staff came up with a plan and say, hey, this is the amount you get for this amount of receiving yards or passing yards or rushing yards or pancake blocks or sacks or tackles for loss. This is what you get per game, per moment and whatnot. Just for the NFL, the better players get paid more. I would think that system would work in college. If it works in professional leagues, maybe not. Maybe, again, I'm just missing something.
Well, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I'm just saying you can't start doing that tomorrow is my understanding of it.
What's preventing you from doing that? From
Rules.
saying,
I know that's almost hilarious to say rules because no one
there
enforces
doesn't seem to be
the rules.
any going on right now.
But I don't, wouldn't you love to see one of these agreements, one of these contracts? What is it between the collective and the player, the school? It's not supposed to be between the school.
Well,
the coach is not supposed to have control over it. All these things, and we got all these rules. That's a rule. I agree with the premise of what David and you are saying, but why do we follow that rule, but we don't follow any of the other ones?
CG wants to know how much did they lose for fumbling?
Yeah.
Do you lose money if you if you fumble the football? That is just amazing to me. That graphic that flashed was in the Missouri game that it flashed up that Arkansas was leading the FBS
30
in fumbles this year.
We talked about that beforehand.
But we didn't know. No one knew that. No one on this radio station mentioned until we saw that graphic that they were leading college football Division I FBS in fumbles. No one knew that.
Well, it'd be bad for recruiting, Ty. We can't mention that.
It's like you said, but what kid is listening? Unless you're a kid that's homegrown, I don't think that kids that are looking at Arkansas football are listening to. Maybe they are. Maybe they're listening to Morning Rush. I don't think they're doing that. Jackson Fayetteville in Fort Smith. Jack, go ahead, man. You're on the Morning Rush.
Hey, another thing we could do to help this situation is either 1099 them for their education or part of the performance when you come in. No more scholarships. You pay for your own education. That'll save the school money. And welcome to the real world, guys. It's just a thought.
Yeah, and that's it, Jack. I've wondered that. So, and I don't know what the amount of. I know it cost me when I was at the U of A. It was about $16,000 a year for everything: food, books.
A year or a semester?
A year. $8,000 a semester. It's gone way up since then. But I was happy because by the end of senior year, I think I'd paid for everything with scholarship stuff. But Pops would have liked it. It'd have been all 4 years. But either way, the value, I don't know, is it for football wise? Is it 25 per kid, 50 per kid, just on the value of dorms, food, education. I don't know, but if doesn't that not have to be refactored now with you making all this additional money? And I know they came in and did the help me on this, that the money cost of attendance, or is that the phrase I'm looking for? Full cost, and they've added that since.
Yeah, they had that before, and then
correct,
NIL
and then NIL was enacted. So if you're a school, and I know there's revenue, the revenue stuff is still coming down the pipe as well. Like the players getting, and again, I'm not against players making money. The players getting stuff from the school, stuff from the collective, stuff from other advertisers, and they're going to get the television revenue starting in 2025. It's my understanding. That's what, 4 things? Like if schools, if you recalculate like scholarships and everything else, like, hey, we're not paying for this anymore because you're getting this money instead. I don't even know if that's legal, but I think that was what Jack was getting at.
You know, one group we haven't heard weigh in, and maybe we never will, but that's the IRS and what, the tax implication. We assume, and I assume that all this is being taxed and treated just like you or I would earn the money.
Yeah.
Are they paying quarterly? So they, how, they're 1099s, right? Because they're not employees yet. Employees are required to have benefit packages and those things that are required, insurance, those kinds of, normal employee W-2 type. These aren't W-2 employees. These are 1099 employees. So if you get $1,000, you get $1,000, not $1,000 minus your taxes. So you don't get $812.
Mm-hmm.
Taxes aren't held out. Who's paying those taxes?
Are
they diligent about it? You think every athlete in the country is diligent about that?
Not everyone in the country.
If
I didn't have my dad tell me what to do when I was 16 through 19.
I can't believe we haven't heard some of those stories already. We're far enough down the road where we're 2-3 years in. You miss some tax bills. It takes a few years to catch up to you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't find you the next day. It's not like Yellowstone where they're looking for the money the day after the funeral. So, some of these stories you would think would start percolating at some point. Because I'm like you, I can't believe there's 100% participation, that these schools are making sure that, or are the schools paying the taxes?
It still blows my mind, and it basically just came back with this show that there is a tax after you die.
Yeah.
There are a lot of dumb taxes out there. That might be the worst. You would be able to tell me ones that are stupider than that. You get taxed.
You pay taxes
after you die, after paying taxes your entire life. Help it make sense. Please,
let me
the
ease
love
your burden a little bit.
of
It's only
God.
past about $13 million. So if you keep your net worth under about $13 million, you'll be okay.
Okay.
Just leave everything to me, Ty. You'll have no worries. I'll pay the taxes.
No.
Just leave it all to me.
Pay the bills, pay the taxes, pay my $250 gas bill that went up 5 times the amount from what it was the previous month. 50
you
to
started turning the heat on, right? You started using the gas. That's how
5
it
times.
works. Your electric bill
5
went down.
times.
Your gas went up. That's how it works. Hey, do you want to spruce up your existing home or start from the ground up? Either way, check with Farm Credit of Western Arkansas first before you get started. And find out why for more than 100 years, Farm Credit of Western Arkansas has helped local families just like yours make their dreams come true. Visit myaglender.com or any of the 25 locations today for Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. Friday, we're going to be live at Jelco Outdoors in Fort Smith. The countdown to Christmas is on. They're going to have a huge porch sale. The morning rush and halftime will be there. We'll be there from 9 to 2 at Jelco Outdoors in Fort Smith. So the outdoorsmen on your shopping list, we got you covered this Friday starting at 9 a.m. Their sale is underway now at Jelco, so stop by and see them. It's the countdown to Christmas sale at Jelco Outdoors in Fort Smith.
We got to hit a break. SEC update when we return on the Morning Rush.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
If I talk like this, it doesn't mean I'm mad. I'm talking loud. If I'm mad, I'm going to let you know I'm mad.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
Waldron Wave Rural Connect. Internet is now available in your area. Fast fiber internet and full-featured home phone are ready for you. This covers areas around Waldron, Bates, Winfield, Y-City, and more. Check out your address online today. The best whole home solution of internet and phone, all from a local provider you can trust. Order online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family.
This is a public service announcement for hard seltzer lovers. Neutral Vodka Seltzer has arrived. Made with simple ingredients like vodka, seltzer, and real juice. Neutral tastes good. Like real good. So good that you'll never want to drink another artificial tasting seltzer again. Neutral's light and refreshing taste will show you what a vodka seltzer can be. Try Neutral, the one with the umlaut. Copyright 2023 Neutral Distilled Spirit Specialty, Los Angeles, California. Enjoy responsibly.
Catch your wife kissing Santa Claus, whose real name is Bobby from down the street? Want to know your rights in a divorce, custody, child support case? I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. Call me today to discuss your options. Start the new year off with a new lease on life for you, and let Santa have her. Mock Legal Solutions, 479-769-1505. Real advice, reasonable price.
Brothers Roofing and Restoration, a licensed and insured local roofing contractor in Arkansas. Since his playing days for the Hogs, Brother Alexander has been on rooftops, many years as an adjuster, and in the past decade as a roofing contractor. He knows how to help you through the insurance process while replacing your roof using only the industry's best materials. And being a lifelong Arkansan, he'll be here to stand behind his workmanship and warranty. Call 479-353-3877 to arrange a time for Brother and his team to inspect your roof.
If you knew all that Jody's Auto Service Centers can do for your vehicle and you'd never take your vehicle anywhere else.
My fleet is small, 14 trucks and cars. It's a struggle every day with parts, employees, and scheduling, but one thing I never worry about is vehicles. Jody's has special fleet pricing, special in and out service, or free shuttle and pickup and delivery service. And they do everything, service, repair, and maintenance. That makes my life much easier. All my vehicles go to Jody's.
Latest technology and highly trained technicians means we could do it all. From the most highly technical repairs to everyday oil change specials. Tires, everything, even diesels. Jody'sAuto.com. Schedule free shuttle service or pickup and delivery. Get a tire quote, get financing. Jody's Auto Service Centers, voted best of the best by our customers year after year. We're your neighbors since 1984 with 3 full-service locations in Fort Smith and Van Buren. See for yourself at JODYSAuto.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Trusted pool experts and your source for backyard fun. Locations in Springdale, Fort Smith, and now in Greenland. Always online at burtonpools.com.
Where do you guys come down on fans that stand up during entire sporting events. You guys come down on that.
I think it's a lack of self-awareness.
Inconsiderate.
And it's inconsiderate to people around you. We had a guy, and these were Razorback fans, 2 rows in front of us at Madison Square Garden. You'd have a big play, stand up, cheer, sit back down. They couldn't figure out. They knew when to come up. They didn't know when to sit back down.
Okay, so
because the ball would go to the other end and then settle, and Michigan's got the ball, and they just continue to stand.
Okay. You shouldn't be that into the game. I mean,
well,
where you're standing up,
you
hanging
miss
on
half the possession.
Okay. So there was an incident with a Kentucky fan, and I want you to listen to Matt Jones of Kentucky Sports Radio kind of talk about what happened.
We need to talk about what happened with the guy in the stands.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to show you what it looks like from my end.
Okay.
But with the understanding that, like, none of this is confirmed. I'm big on people, if they want to stand during the game, stand during the game. It looks to me like there was a guy in the crowd who's like, I'm standing the whole game. Everybody else is up, and they're down, and they're up, and they're down, and he's just standing. Then I guess someone complains to security. They call a blue coat who then calls a police officer. And there is a video of a police officer walking down and telling this person to sit down. Now, the problem for the police officer is he's sitting there telling this guy to sit down, but there are plays happening during the game, and then the fight happens, and then everybody stands up.
Uh-huh.
So it's not like drinking was involved or anything.
You follow the cue of your section.
Okay.
That's what you do. If you look around and you're the only
Peer-
one or
peer
you're the
pressure.
only two standing.
Peer pressure.
No, courtesy, not pressure, courtesy.
Okay.
Have some courtesy. Listen, if you want to stand, I get that, but you don't have a right to ruin the experience for the people seated in the 2 or 3 rows behind you for the entire game. You're just being a jerk if you're going to stand
What?
the whole game for no reason.
Joe in Prairie Grove says stand in the stairway. If you got some thoughts on this, you can text us at 877.
This is why I don't like going to games as much as I used to, particularly if you've paid for a chairback seat.
Yeah.
Sit your butt down. You paid extra for that. Sit down.
So
there
what-
are moments that call for you to rise to your feet, but not an entire 40 minutes or an entire 60-minute football game.
Okay.
Sit your butt down.
Even though it's a free country and there's no nothing on the ticket that you buy that says you
100%.
have to be okay.
But we're
just
as George
as the
Costanza would say,
norm.
we are living in a society here.
as a norm in that situation. But let's say you were an Arkansas fan and you were heading to Rupp Arena in Lexington for this upcoming Arkansas and Kentucky Wildcats game coming up February 1st. That would be, if you wanted to stand up the whole time, that would be excused in this situation, correct?
You might,
Is it a case by
may
case
get your
basis?
eyes dotted too, you know.
Maybe so. I was just, as I heard that clip, I was curious
if
if
everyone in your section standing, then stand. But if they're seated, seat.
text from Mike in Benville, front row, indoor club, 4 years straight, no sitting. Chris in Fayetteville, students stand the whole game, non-students need to read the room.
That's what I'm saying. Read the room in the section you're in.
The excuse would be, I guess, to go to the student section in that situation. Arkansas's gotten a couple of players signed recently, including former Texas A&M tight end Jaden Platt, who is a 4-star coming out of high school. I know that, again, interesting to see how Taylon Green and the rest of the offense interact with stuff and everything and into the next year. One of the questions you had asked earlier in the show was about the running back room. And you've got Reed, you've got Rodney Hill. Here's what Rodney Hill had to say about chemistry heading into next year.
With everybody coming back, it's just better chemistry with the team. Everybody was pretty new. I came in the summer. A good bit of us came in the summer. So it's like you had to get to know everybody first. So next season, I feel like it's going to be way better.
I think that, and that's a pretty cliche thing I feel like you hear every year, but it would be, you were talking about going behind the scenes earlier with something else. I'd be curious to see just what that looks like with 40-plus new guys in that locker room and who vibes and who doesn't, because there's always that on a team. Some guys just are oil and water, others work.
This portal time here where you're losing players and getting settled, is it time maybe for the NCAA to allow early enrollees to participate in the game itself? They can participate in practices just for numbers.
What's the rationale behind that? Just from
numbers. I mean,
no. I agree with what you're saying. I'm saying, is it from a school standpoint, or what's the reason?
Well, they've
for
only
them
been
not-
on the team and with the team since semester, the end of their high school semester. Most are physically not ready to play, but we're going to be playing practice. I mean, the practice squad's going to get a lot of time in the Liberty Bowl and in other situations as well that had 25 plus transfers, and then guys going to the draft and 30, what did you say, 33, 35 guys that aren't going to play?
I think it's around 35. I need to double check to be 100% accurate on that, but I think it's around that.
How do you buoy that up? At least if you let and listen, many high school kids don't arrive at campus and able to play, but the other side of the ball is likely to have similar challenges, right? So at least you could buoy your numbers up. I'm not saying it's the best idea in the world, but I'm just spitballing here. You know, what do you do to help the product on the field and the team? And, hey, if you're going to let them practice, if you're going to expose them to practice, what's the difference in being available at least to take some snaps? And maybe they don't play, but having their availability cleared at least.
Yep, that is and by the way, Rashad Dominion has entered the transfer portal, and that is your SEC update brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas.
Hey, de-stress for less during the hot tub sale going on at Burton Pools and Spas. Perfect for the holidays. Buy yourself a hot tub and get a hot spring spa, the world's best-selling spa, with savings right now up to $7,000 off. Enjoy free local delivery, installation, and water testing, and you can treat yourself to pure relaxation for days and months to come. You can just kick back and get that jet in a footwell working on the bottom of your feet and your arches, and just think about the transfer portal. Wouldn't that relax you? Burton Pools and Spas.
We're at
Springdale, Fort Smith, and in Greenland, and online at burtonpools.com.
It agitates some. It relaxes others, depending on what campus you're on or what team you're cheering for this time of year. As we continue to roll on, it's a What's Your Beef Wednesday edition of the Morning Rush, brought to you by our friends at Richard's Country Meat Market. A couple more beefs I had. The 10 commercials that were in between Yellowstone, the final episode, I mean, they literally jam-packed 10 commercials between every time.
2 hours.
Yes, but per break.
Oh, 10 per break. Okay.
Yeah, 10 per break.
I don't know. I DVR'd it. I didn't watch the single one.
Well, you did it the right one. So I had to do that. That's annoying. I've gotten to the point where...
how do you get paid? What pays your salary?
Our great advertisers and sponsors that are a part of it.
Moving on.
But we don't have 10 in a row. We've never...
We don't do that.
We don't do that. Again, 10, a little excessive. And the other thing is I have noticed that I'm just terrible at verbal cues when you're talking to someone on the phone. I'm good at knowing when someone's about to talk in person or whatever, but for whatever reason, I have found it's becoming a beef of mine that I don't know when people are starting and stopping their conversation via the phone. And I don't mean to interrupt someone, but I am horrendous at that. So I don't know if it's practice or help, but it's easy for me to communicate with someone face-to-face, but I just feel like it's a stop-start every single time I talk to someone on the phone. It's horrible. It's bad.
Particularly the pregnant pause that comes where you think they're done, and then they take a breath.
Start up again. Yeah, or you think they continue to go, and you wait 3 or 4 seconds, and then they don't. So I just feel bad. It's probably a beef of people I talk to that I'm really bad at picking up cues and whatnot.
Joe wants to know if you're talking to the mirror.
Is he talking to a mirror in that room? Is he talking about you not responding? He's been pretty talkative this morning. Tyler Greenwood saying bowl games will essentially become a scrimmage. Should not count on the season total. Mike and Benville says Zoom culture has made him very aware of the communication stuff and whatnot. I am a guy that still likes to call rather than text. I am that since an old school.
With you.
I like to pick up the phone, hear someone's voice, and especially someone that lives out of town. That's always how I've approached it. And guys and gals my age are more texters than callers, but I'd much rather do that. Do you have another beef?
Tone gets lost in all of that.
Do you got another beef?
No, but I know by this time, Friday, because people are going to start taking off work, shopping, moving around. Traffic starting.
Oh, the
Friday.
Memphis. Think about Memphis. Think about the
Memphis,
bridge.
Little Rock to Memphis is always bad.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's anywhere you go, any town you're listing in, it's getting ready to be
bad,
horrendous from about Friday afternoon till.
So give yourself a little
Tuesday afternoon.
Give yourself a little breathing room. Is what you're saying.
Or a shot of something. Take a pill, patience pill. Hey, maybe you're headed up to the White River. You need a patience pill. Talked to Bruce Stanton yesterday. He was on the White River. If you're doing some last-minute shopping, LureNet.com or your favorite local tackle store is going to have everything you need from Pradco. Perfect for the stocking stuffers. Bobby Garland, Baby Shad are always a favorite of any angler on the list because They can help catch that crappie that can make for a great fish fry. Find them at lurenet.com, Bass Pro Shops Academy, and your local favorite tackle stores. Hey, speaking of the White River and Pradco, now's a great time to book that trip to Gaston's. We've been telling you about Gaston's gift cards. Always perfect for the holiday season. If you got that hard to shop for person or that person that won't give you what they want, you got any of those, Ty, that people that are on your list? Hey, what do you want, Dad? Hey, what do you want, Mom? Hey, what do you want, Sis?
Yeah.
And I don't need anything. Don't worry about it. What do you get them? Give them an experience. We're all old enough. We don't need a gift. You need a tie or a pair of pants or a pair of shoes? Probably not. If you needed them, you just what would you do? You just go buy them, right?
Yeah.
But what we all need is more experiences in life. And a trip to Gaston's is always a great experience. So maybe if you're looking for something different this year, something that will be remembered, and trust me, if you're giving someone a Gaston's trip for the first time or a Gaston's gift card and they go experience that, they'll always remember, hey, old Ty was the one that got me that Gaston's gift card. Better than that old ugly Ty got me in the last 3 years in a row. So get them a Gaston's gift card. They'll remember you for that a lot more than that pair of shoes or pants or whatever. 870-431-5202. Give them a call. They'll get it on the way to you. That's Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
I'm just praying for the Lord to deliver me from pick sixes.
This is the Morning Rush.
Fall is here, and that means cooler weather, football, and family, which makes it the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart, your family's #1 tire store. Southern Tire Mart is your trusted partner for top quality tires, professional services, and competitive pricing. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is ready for anything fall brings your way. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Are you ready to work for one of the area's premier companies? If so, Forsgren wants to offer you a rewarding new career. Forsgren has been building the foundation of the River Valley for over 80 years. Forsgren is recruiting for experienced concrete finishers, equipment operators, truck drivers, and laborers. Forsgren is a destination point for men and women with a drive toward excellence. Join the Forsgren legacy. Apply now on any device, anywhere at GoForsgren.com. That's GoForsgren.com. Forsgren Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird, Limbird Real Estate Group, has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
Are you tired of the same old smelly gym? Then it's time to try something new. Let's hang out. The Hangout Fitness and Sports is the River Valley's only multi-sport family-friendly facility and boasts a 24-hour gym and indoor courts for tennis and pickleball. Over 8,000 square feet for the gym alone. It's never overcrowded. The Hangout has certified trainers on staff with group personal training available. If HIIT, bar, yoga, or Pilates is your thing, they have them too. Join today and get December free with a 3-month commitment. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's hang out.
'Tis the season for Hardee's handcrafted goodness. Made from scratch buttermilk biscuits pulled fresh from the oven. The return of special traditions like salty sweet candied bacon. And faithful friends like Hardee's cinnamon raisin biscuits gathered near to us and served all day, all season long. From icing drizzled biscuits to savory charbroiled burgers, unwrap the holiday goodness of Hardee's. And now enjoy breakfast till noon. Available for limited time at participating locations. Items may vary.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
It's huge, man. I mean, this is his first year in Petrino's offense. Getting that extra year, you know, he knows what kind of Petrino sees now and kind of what he wants on the field. And so it's just going to be seamless next year. And I'm excited to just kind of see our offense take that next step because I know there's that extra step and we're kind of scratching the surface. I think him coming back is just going to show the whole world this offense is legit.
This is the Morning Rush.
So that was Fernando Carmona Jr. yesterday talking about Taylon Green coming back here and Nat King Cole coming in this morning. Between him, Sinatra, you started to listen to Christmas music, both of you? Or
no, I was going to ask when we were going to start playing some. Meant to ask you that earlier this week. So glad that's in.
Mm-hmm.
This is as good as it gets right here. Turn that back up there, Big C.
Know that Santa's on his way.
This may be the best Christmas song ever.
He's loaded lots.
He's really good. That was Frank. Bublé's kind of my new age guy to listen to. I think he's good. Spacey Casey, if I want to listen to an angel, Serenade Me to Sleep. I'm trying to think who else I listen to this time of year.
Mariah Carey's songs, probably as popular as anything.
Mm-hmm. Couple good ones. Silent Night always gets me on the candlelight vigil.
Yeah, I went to Dylan had a choir concert. The 9th through 12th grade choir did their concert at First Baptist Church in Fort Smith last weekend. Had a Friday and Saturday performance, and they were, first of all, they were incredibly great. But when they got down to the end and all four choirs sang together, it was really good. And they sang the classics like that. It was really good.
Is that required from you and Laura to see like, or is that?
No, that's like he likes that as much as he does football. That's a him thing.
Okay, heck yeah, gotcha.
Both my kids are in choir. I got to go to Abigail's choir concert tonight.
I'm trying to think what the last time, 10th grade maybe is when I did choir. I think I did the other elective when I was in college.
No, he started out, he elected to do choir because he thought it's an easy A, which if you show up and you try, it is.
Yeah.
But he's really taken a liking to it.
Well, heck yeah. Heck yeah. I think we're going to, or Woodrow will take his call in just a sec. We'll probably have to hold off on our Pro Hogs update tomorrow. Did see the Milwaukee Bucks defeated my Oklahoma City Thunder last night in the NBA Cup, so we'll save that. I know Big C's got a cool rejoin that we'll get to tomorrow on a Thursday edition of the Morning Rush.
All right, real quick, couple things here. Last day or two to get your Christmas orders for sides, hams, turkeys, tenderloins, those kind of things in at Arts Barbecue, Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, 452-2550. Anything you're needing, they're great sides or more, they can do that for you in Fort Smith, 452-2550. If you're thinking about camping, and we're talking about experiences and places you go earlier, Wheels RV can put you on the front row. And you're talking about people standing up and, kind of ruining your game experience. How about you watch the game around your campfire at your favorite campsite and not have to worry about some jerk that won't sit down and you can't see the game or forces you to stand up the whole time. Wheels RV can help you with that. They got TVs that go on the outside of your RV, and of course, big TVs inside, and it's really all the comforts of home now. Grand Design, Forest River, Brinkley, they got the best brands, they got great prices, and a lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of Exit 72, off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Chad says Christmas in Dixie by Alabama is his favorite Christmas song. I'm going to listen to that, Chad, after the show. All right, real quick, before we welcome in Woodrow and Benville, can you two tell me what president Woodrow Wilson was in this country?
Oh, no, not without just guessing.
Googling. I had to look it up. I was just curious.
23rd.
28th.
I was going to guess 21. But,
okay.
You know.
28th president. Woodrow's in Bentonville. This is not the late Woodrow Wilson. He's calling in this morning.
That would be new.
What's up, man?
Hey, I got a beef about everybody just downplaying this game and acting like we don't have any players left and it shouldn't even matter. We shouldn't even play. All you do when we're doing that is you just telling these guys that have been practicing all year, wherever they are on the depth chart, walk-ons, whatever, you just tell them they don't count and they're worthless. And I've heard people say, well, there's no loyalty anymore. It's just all about the money. Well, that's not true because I don't know how many guys, we got 65, 70 guys. They're still practicing, still working, and getting ready for this bowl game. And I think they deserve a lot of respect for still being here, still willing to represent the team and the state. And it seems I think people aren't really trying to throw dirt on them, but that's kind of what you're doing when you say there's no loyalty anymore. It's just all about money. You know, we got guys still here. Let's recognize them and give them their props. Is what I'm saying.
Woodrow, I think that's a different perspective. We hadn't heard that a lot. I appreciate you calling in this morning. I think the number I was told yesterday is 89 total heading into this game. Now, I don't know if that was the same time Rashad debating or not, but I think that's the number I have heading into this game. That sounds right, if I remember that correctly.
You know, Woodrow, I hear your sentiment, but there's a reason a lot of these guys are either walk-ons on the practice squad or hadn't played all year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're going to go try to win the game with. So I understand where the other side's coming from as well. You're right that they've worked their tails off all year, but they didn't crack the
Tesla
lineup.
got asked yesterday about being a wide receiver one.
Yeah, I think I've had the mindset all year that's the kind of guy I am. So
well, that's what he's got to be.
Yeah.
Next Friday.
It's What's Your Beef Wednesday here on the Morning Rush, brought to you by Richards Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Stop in at Richards just off College Avenue. Go to richardscountrymeatmarket.com or call 443-0000 for curbside delivery for everything you need for your Christmas feast.
Mr. Phil Elson and QB1 Matt Jones coming up next on Halftime.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Robert, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.